extended out with these little Velcro pieces here, just all around. So there's Velcro on the interior here and just on the four sides, so you can kind of just stick them together, and you end
make
up by
like a 6-foot-long sun hood if you
right,
really wanted
to. Right, you could just keep going and having sun hood stacking championships as opposed to cups. So, but yeah, that's you know, you're kind of covered when it comes to the sun, I feel.
Yeah.
So that's very fortunate for a field monitor. I think that's really critical. The next critical thing, I guess, when it comes to monitors is compatibility. You know, you want to try to pack as many inputs into it as possible, but also signals are kind of building, and now we've got 1080p 60 and things like that. So, why don't you talk about?
I guess one of the key things with I guess any piece of video gear really is the ability to kind of buy a one-size-fits-all as much as you possibly can, because I mean the production environment, or I guess the thing these days with DSLRs and the shrinking size of everything is you want to be able to throw, you know, some gear in a bag and hike up the Himalayas and, you know, not have to worry about what you're going to find yourself in. And so one of the things we did is not only trying to combine an EVF and a great field monitor at the same time. You know, that field monitor was designed as a field monitor, so you get the full 1080p all the way up to 1080p 60. So for cameras like the FS100, you're covered, you know, all the way up to 1080p 60, and you know, the analog inputs as well. We have the HD component and the SD composite, and a composite pass-through. You know, there's just a lot of extra connectivity thrown into the DP4 that a lot of people I don't even think realize. Yeah. You know, because it's such a small monitor, you wouldn't expect it to have the ability to, you know, take an HDMI, loop an HDMI, take a component, take a composite, loop a composite, and so it's really fully featured as well. And the headphone output is a new feature that we have with the DP4 as well.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as ins and outs, it's crazy, and like you were saying, the 1080p 60 thing is critical, because we aren't going to go backwards as far as cameras are concerned. More and more people are using progressive frame rates. You know, Interlace was designed for lower bandwidth essentially, but we're getting into higher and higher bandwidth, and so these cameras are only going to improve and end up outputting those types of things. So as far as a future-proof standpoint, this is really good.
The whole 1080i standard, I just don't see it being around for that. I mean, standard in terms of DSLRs and things like that. I just don't see it being around
definitely
for that much longer.
As a record standard, you know, from that perspective, it's really only used to kind of, you know, help the technology that's older kind of stay current. And so this is, you know, more along the wave of the future, which is really good.
Absolutely.
Really, so when people are coming to the site, they want to know what they should get between just the DP4 and the DP4 EVF. Right now, the DP4 EVF